Go faster, he told James as they left the lights behind and entered a dark and featureless desert. Come on, this car can do 90. Here we are, Las Vegas, Ash said as if making Poppy a present of the whole city. But Poppy didn't see a city, only a light in the clouds ahead like a rising moon. Then, as the freeway curved, she saw that it wasn't the moon. It was the reflection of the city lights. Las Vegas was a glittering pool in a flat basin between the mountains. Something stirred in Poppy despite herself. She'd always wanted to see the world, faraway places, exotic lands, and this would have been perfect, if only James had been with her. Up close, though, the city wasn't quite the gem it looked from a distance. Ash got off the freeway, and Poppy was thrown into a world of colour and light and movement, and of tawdry cheapness. The Strip, Ash announced. You know, where all the casinos are. There's no place like it. I bet, Poppy said, staring. On one side of her was a towering black pyramid hotel with a huge sphinx in front. Lasers were flashing out of the sphinx's eyes. On the other side was a sleazy motor inn with a sign saying, "Rooms, $18. So this is the night world, she said with a twinge of cynical amusement that made her feel very adult. Nah, this is for the tourists, Ash said. But it's good business and you can do some fairly serious partying. I'll show you the real night world though. First, I want to check in with my cousins. Poppy considered telling him that she didn't really care to have him show her the night world. Something about Ash's manner was beginning to bother her. He was acting more as if they were out on a date than as if he were escorting her into exile. But he's the only person I know here, she realised with a dismayed sinking in her stomach. And it's not as if I have any money or anything. Not even $18 for that crummy motel. There was something worse. She'd been hungry for some time now, and now she was starting to feel breathless. But she wasn't the dazed, unthinkable animal she'd been last night. She didn't want to attack some human on the street. This is the place, Ash said. It was a side street, dark, and not crowded like the Strip. He pulled into an alley. Okay, just let me see if they're in. On either side of them were high buildings with cinder block windows. Above, tiers of power lines obscured the sky. Ash knocked at a door set in the cinder block, a door with no knob on the outside. There was no sign on the door either, just some crudely spray-painted graffiti. It was a picture of a black dahlia. Poppy stared at a dumpster and tried to control her breathing. In, out, slow and deep. It's okay, there's air. It may not feel like it, but there's air. The door opened and Ash beckoned to her. This is Poppy, Ash said, putting an arm around her as Poppy stumbled inside. The place looked like a shop with herbs and candles and crystals, and lots of other weird things that Poppy didn't recognise. Witchy-looking supplies. And these are my cousins. That's Blaze, and that's Thea. Blaze was a striking girl with masses of dark hair and lots of curves. Thea was slimmer and blonde. They both kept going out of focus as Poppy's vision blurred. Hi, she said, the longest greeting she could manage. Ash, what's wrong with you? She's sick. What have you been doing to her? Thea was looking at Poppy with sympathetic brown eyes. Huh? Nothing, Ash said, looking surprised, as if noticing Poppy's state for the first time. Poppy guessed he wasn't the type to worry about other people's discomfort. She's hungry, I guess. We'll have to run out and feed. Oh, no, you don't. Not around here. Besides, she's not going to make it, Thea said. Come on, Poppy. I'll be a donor this once. She took Poppy by the arm and led her through a bead curtain into another room. Poppy let herself be towed. She couldn't think anymore, and her whole upper jaw was aching. Even the word feed sharpened her teeth. I have to. But she didn't know how. She had a vision of her own face in the mirror, silvery eyes and savage canines. She didn't want to be an animal again. And jump on Thea and rip her throat. And she couldn't ask how. That would give her away as a new vampire for sure. She stood, trembling, unable to move.